Hello and welcome to the Drivers Room. This is the Endurance Championship Season 4 and we are at round 3 for Tier 2 at Autodrome Lake Majores circuit. Today we are running the Group 1 VGTs. So we'll head on down to the grid shortly and see how the guys line up after qualifying. But first we'll take a quick look at the stand-ins after round 2. So top of the table for Tier 2, holding the prime position for promotion at the moment is Martin B on 31 points. Yaganat and Mungino not too far behind Martin on 28 and 26 respectively, with Stephen and Flapjack both on 19 points in joint 4th. So still, we're only after round 2, so plenty to play for in the championship, as it's a best 6 points hauls from the 8 races. So even the guys at the bottom there who haven't scored a point yet still have an opportunity to get a promotion place come the end of the season. So let's head on down to the grid and see how they line up ready for round 3. On pole we have Yaganat. As we've seen in the table there, sitting in second in the championship overall. In race 2 he took the full house of fastest lap pole position and the race win. So being on pole today, he's going to be full of confidence that he can take the win today in round 3. In second we have Flapjack on racing Super Softs, also in the Audi VGT, just like Yaganat in the lead. Become very popular this season. A lot of guys swapped over to it for the Group 1. Flapjack's having a decent season. He's sitting in joint 4th along with Stephen, so he's looking to fight for a promotion slots. Stay up there as close as they can in case a couple more become available. But this made for racing driver is really looking strong this season. In third we have Mungino on racing Super Softs in his very recognizable Swan livery on his Hyundai VGT. Mungino's had a very good start to the season, sitting in third overall at the moment. He's had a second and a third place in the first 2 races, so another podium today is on the cards. Let's see how he gets on in the very quick Hyundai today. In fourth we've got Stephen, another driver in the Hyundai VGT. It is a very popular car as a very good all-rounder compared to some of the others. It might not be the fastest and might not be the best at handling, but it is very decent at both, so it's become a popular choice in the Group 1. Stevens had a great start to the season. He's sitting joint 4th with Flapjack. His most notable point to this season so far is round 1 took fastest lap and pole position, but finished 3rd. It's not quite the full sweep, but nearly. He'll be looking maybe to go a step further today and grab a race win. We'll see how he gets on. In 5th we have G Rabbit on racing Softs. G's had a decent start of the season. It's currently sitting in 6th in the championship, so we'll be looking just to keep the steady train of points coming as he looks fit to tackle the guys further ahead in the table. In 6th we've got Spooky Dookie on racing Super Softs. Another driver with a decent start to the season. Spooky's sitting in 7th currently in the championship. Had a decent race last time out in round 2, so we'll be looking to continue that trend and grab some more points, but starting 6th today gives himself a great opportunity to do that. In 7th we've got Jules running in the Peugeot VGT. It's not widely used anymore, that car. It can be a little bit difficult during the turns, and he's running racing softs on the front and racing Super Softs on the rear, just showing that car does like to chew those front tyres up. Jules is currently sitting in 11th in the table. Didn't score any points in round 1 and only took 3 in round 2. So we'll be looking for an improvement today. Starting from 7th is a decent opportunity, so we'll see how he gets on in incredibly quick in a straight line, but a little bit more difficult through the corners. Peugeot VGT. Starting in 8th today we have PS Dasmaniac. He's running racing Softs. Daz is currently sitting in 8th in the championship. Had a decent round 1, scoring 8 points, but only managed to score 1 point, which was for a clean race, I think, in round 2. So we'll see how he gets on today in the Bugatti. It's become a bit of a surprise car that if you have a few strong items, an absolute beast of a machine. So we'll see how he gets on in the big bug today. In ninth we have Comrade Mitsos on Racing Softs. Mitsos is down the front of the table currently, a very quick driver, but sits in joint 14th with 0 points firmly in the relegation spots. He was classified outside the top 10 in round 1, scoring no points. Didn't partake in round 2 by the looks of it, so this is 2 rounds he's going to be dropping straight off the bat, so he needs to have good results for the rest of the season in the last remaining 6 races. But in the decent Hyundai today, starting off in 9th, so a lot to do from back there, but the Hyundai's a pretty decent car, so we'll see how he gets on. In 10th we've got Canny, another driver in a Peugeot BGT, running racing super softs all round. Canny is down in 12th currently, only scored 1 point in the last round, so really looking to get his season kick-started here in round 3. We'll see how he gets on today in the Peugeot. Starting from 10th, he's going to have his work cut out for him, but we'll see what happens during the race. And in 11th we've got JC, another Hyundai driver running racing softs. JC sporting his new for this season, very brightly coloured Crayola livery. He picked up a new sponsor during the off season. Very bright car, shall we say at least. JC is another driver who's down in joint 14th, 0 points so far from the first 2 races, so really needs to get his season on track now in the next 6 races. We'll see if he can start doing that today, but down in 11th, a lot of work to do, but we'll see how he gets on. In 12th, a driver who needs no introduction because of that very famous livery right there, the Atari livery of Rocker, running in the Alpine racing softs. Rocker is currently sitting joint 12th in the championship, only scored 1 point last time out. He really needs another driver, needs to really get his season kick-started today. Let's see what he can do. Alpine's a very quick car in a straight line. See if he can maybe make some inroads on some people. There's a couple of half-decent straights here at Maggiore, so we'll see what Rocker could do. Starting from 12th today, going to be difficult, but not a question for this driver. And starting off in 13th, probably the shock of qualifying, the championship leader, Martin B, running racing super softs in his Hyundai, starting last in 13th. Martin has not been off the podium yet. He's finished 1st and 2nd in the first 2 races, so could this be the first race where he doesn't collect a trophy? He's got a lot of work to do starting from 13th, but we all know he's a very, very quick driver, so be expecting to see him try and run through the field. I wouldn't be surprised if he does, but we'll see what happens during the race. We have an hour to go once the lights go out. So that's your grid for round 3 of Tier 2. Let's jump down to the front and see how they get on when the lights go out and they hit the track in anger for the first time. So you join me at the front of the grid, just waiting for the lights to go out. Those 2 Audis of Jaganat and Flapjack at the front are extremely fast starters. Hybrid system, extremely powerful. Expect to see them launch down towards turn 1. As we look at Jaganat and Flapjack go, the Hyundais have no response behind them as they both drifted through turn 1. Down into turn 2, they're extremely loud, those Audis as well. I hope you can all still hear me. So Jaganat and Flapjack really breaking away with those extremely fast starting cars. At the front, Mungino is holding off Stephen in 3rd. Stephen runs wide there. Mitsos has had a very decent start. He's up into 5th. He's jumped 4 places off the start. G-Rabbit in 6th as we've got Jules looking up the inside of Spooky Dookie. And we got JC taking a spin in the background. JC, I think, just got a wheel on the dirt when he braked. It was all game over. His dad's also had some issues. at the start. Rocker is still in 11th in his Alpine. Martin up to 10th. He's starting his charge through. He's chasing after Canny in 9th. Spooky Lookie was a little bit mugged down towards the hairpin. Jules and G-Rabbit both ahead of him. They're trying to chase down Mitsos. Stephen is slow out of the hairpin. Mitsos is starting to have a look to get past. Mungino is breaking away slightly. Flapjack and Jagannath just checking out at the front in those powerful Audis. There's enough corners here to make that car an absolute weapon if they can control the tyre wear. See, it has one of the most powerful hybrid systems I have seen on this game. Really makes them difficult to catch. See Stephen running very wide in the background. I think he must have seen a burger van with a special offer or something there. He was off to the stands as Jules dives up the inside of him and gets it stopped. Spooky Lookie also up the inside of him. Stephen's having a mare as he just forgot to accelerate. He's going backwards and backwards and backwards. He's now under pressure from Canny. Canny is looking to get past. Stephen has had a horror show of a couple of corners there. Probably had a lot of dirt on his tyres after running wide and just couldn't get the thing stopped and turned. So ended up running a lot slower than everybody else through the corners. Let's just see, oh, very close to breaking on the grass there. As he would say, they're probably perfectly judged. Oh, and he does this time, and that sends him spearing off into the wall. Oh, Stephen, what is happening, my friend? You're going backwards again. He very smartly dives out the way of absolutely everyone. If he'd have rejoined there, he would have took out a lot of the field. He's got engine damage, rear damage. Oh, it's all gone absolutely peak-tong for Stephen. But we have an hour to go still. Well, 57 minutes, all is not lost, young friend, keep going. Meanwhile, at the front, Jagannath is just striking away in that evil sounding Audi VGT. And he's being followed by Flapjack. Look at the gap these guys have pulled over the rest of the field already in those cars. 3.7 seconds ahead of Mungino, who is no slouch himself in the car, but he just has no answer. Excuse me, no answer to those mental Audi VGTs. He's keeping G-Rabbit away. Mitsos having a fantastic run. So he started in 9th, he's now running in 5th. Great start from him. Spooky Lookie running in 6th in the Alpine. So Mitsos just runs wide there. Lookie ran a little bit wide just in sympathy then. Jules doing well in that, well, what I call difficult aircraft carrier to drive, but Jules is handling it quite well so far. Martin is now up to 8th. He is not holding back. Rocker in 9th. Daz chasing him in the Bugatti in 10th. Canny's in 11th. JC in 12th now past Stephen. Stephen trying to recover at the back in 13th. These two are just insane though. If the IDs are this dominant, expect to see even more in Season 5 as more people jump on the bandwagon. That tends to be what happens if a car seems to be that much better. We got two drivers there, both very fast drivers, but look how much they're streaking away from the guys behind. Oh, we got G-Rabbit and where is Mungino? Oh, he's down to 11th. What's happened to Mung? Let's take a look back. We join back with Mung. Oh, he just brakes. He does the same as Stephen. Brakes with a tyre just on the grass, and that Hyundai gets fired off. And because he went in backwards just like Stephen, he has engine damage and rear damage. Absolute sitting duck, that man now. Unlucky Mungino. He's trying to fend off JC now. So, as we're on lap 4, we'll take a quick run through the field. We have Jaganat out in the lead, running away in his very evil sounding Audi. Flapjack following him in second. G-Rabbit is in third. Spooky now in fourth. Jules in fifth. Martin is now up to sixth. Look at this guy, he knows no way other than go. Oh, but he goes wide. That drops him down to seventh. He gets away with just a slight bit of front damage. He was trying to go round the outside of Jules as Jules was having an incident, and he had to take avoiding action. So, Martin now in 7th, Rocker in 8th, being followed by Daz in 9th, Mangino now in 10th, Candy 11th, JC 12th, Stephen in 13th. He's catching up to the back of the pack now. Martin getting a great run out of the final turn now, looking to go around the outside Jules, and he's lost past. As Martin up into 6th. Peugeot is very fast with his hybrid, kicks in around about 100 miles an hour, but Martin just must have had a much better run out of the final corner. He takes 6th away from Jules. They got Rocker being followed by Daz, who are also being caught up by Mungino. He's trying to cover after his spin. Just runs a little bit wide, but keeps it pointing in the right direction. Then you got the next group of JC, Canny, and Stephen. We're going to start mixing it up between each other very shortly. Dirt being kicked up there by JC. Stephen looking for a way past Canny. He can just carry so much more speed through the corners in that Hyundai than that Peugeot. Stephen looking to the inside at the hairpin and just slots it on through. So Stephen up to 12th. Canny's not giving up on it yet, but I think Stephen just has the job done so far. Two different compounds, but the guys are pretty much matching each other with the tyre wear. Flapjack just managing the tyres on the Audi. I would say better than the Jaganats. The Jaganats on the softs, Flapjack's on the racing super softs. To be that close in tyre wear. Flapjack is known as a guy who likes to throw the car about, but he's handling the Audi pretty nicely. G-Rabbit now just on his own. Nobody ready around him. Spooky Lookie still ahead in this small group. 4th, 5th and 6th. Martin is closing and closing fast. He's now putting Mitsos under a lot of pressure. Jules is just happy to sit in 7th. You hear the Bugatti of Daz. Just gets a couple of tyres on the grass there. Jaganat and Flapjack are both going in. Flapjack's actually managing his fuel a little bit better than Jaganat. That could count towards the end. G-Rabbit also heading into the pits. Martin is past Mitsos. Missed that one. He's past Mitsos, and Spooky managed to stay ahead. No, he hasn't pitted yet. It was G-Rabbit who pitted. He's managed to come out ahead of them all. look at the tyres on the Alpine. Not looking great at all compared to anything around it. Oh, tyre wear is awful. Spooky's going to have to be thinking of coming in very shortly. But this man is on a charge. I would be very impressed if he could catch those two Audis out front, because they are in a class of their own at the moment. But he definitely looks like he's going to be best of the rest. I mean, look how he's just catching. He's eating the gap up between them. Looks like a little Pac-Man going along, just eating the little dots of time up. Sorry, Martin. I'm only joking. I don't mean to call you a Pac-Man. He's all over the back of Spooky now. Surely this is just a matter of time. It's more of a when, not if, he gets past. Spooky's going to be struggling with the front end of that Alpine as his front tyres are shot to bits. Martin will probably get him down into the final corner onto the straight. Spooky will probably be heading in the pits. He looks to go tight. Yeah, Spooky is diving into the pits. Martin carries on. Martin is now up to 4th. Now his next target is G Rabbit, our driver from Finland. Sure, that flag is. It's great to see so many drivers from all around the world in these endurance championship races now. Just in this race alone, we have a driver from France, a driver from Finland, and a driver from Greece. In Tier 1 we have Canadian in Ben. I'm not sure who else actually at the moment. It's great to see. And if you want to get involved in these races, you'll find us on Twitter at Driversroom, and you'll also find us on Discord. That's where we have all our leagues hosted. So come and join us. We'll get you signed up. It's a little bit to do to join these endurance championships, liveries and whatnot, but we're always looking more drivers. If there's not room in the tiers, if we get enough, we'll just open another tier. We're always welcoming more people in, so I mean, don't be afraid. We're open for all abilities. We have some absolute aliens in here, and we also have some very standard drivers like myself. So, you know, come along, get involved. It's a great bunch of guys, great community, and it's a good championship. So come and get involved and see what you can do. As Midsauce jumps into the pits behind, going to free up Spooky. He's been in the pits, so Spooky gets out ahead of him. Midsauce is out now just behind him in 6th. Jules is in 7th after his stop. Daz is in 8th. JC still hasn't stopped in 9th. Mung has stopped. He's back down to 10th, but should be able to get past JC pretty easily with the fresh rubber. Stephen has stopped in 11th. Ooh, Stephen's got massive lag there. Hopefully we don't lose him due to connection. Rocker still hasn't stopped on the Alpine, and look at those tyres. Oh, they're screaming. Please change me. Oh, look, he just cannot get that thing turned in. One reason I have never tested that car out is I've seen and heard how bad it is on tyres, and in my hands that would be a disaster. So Rocker is now dropped to the back of the field. Canny is in 12th. These two are still out front and are still running away with them. They now have a 10-second gap back to G Rabbit, and he has a 7-second gap back to Martin. Like I say, I'd be surprised if Martin, who's jumping in the pits there now, can catch these Audis. I think they are out of reach today. From starting from so far back, he was always at a disadvantage, but He can definitely catch G-Rabbit, I think, and be best of the rest behind these two animals of cars. So we've gone through the first pit phase. Everybody's sort of settling down now into the rhythms, into the strategies. 16 minutes gone of this hour-long race. Martin is back at in 5th behind Spooky. It's a very short pit stop here, so just for tyres. You're in and out, you don't lose hardly any time at all. So expect to see guys, especially if they're not pitting for fuel, they will just dive in and out to grab new tyres when needed. So I think pushing them too far at this track is just a bit silly with how quick you can get in and out of the pits. GC's now been in the pits. He's behind Canny in 12th. Rocker has gone in after the screams from his tyres. They're all pretty spread out into the little gaps now. Martin is trying to get back past Spooky. Spooky's tyres are already starting to take a bit of a pounding from that Alpine. Martin's are hardly touched. But everybody's sort of spaced out now into their gaps. Daz is probably one of the closest guys to another car on Jules. And Martin on Spooky, so the Monk's starting to join this little party ahead of him. Stephen is trying to join them as well. He clatters the car over the sausage curb there. Not a lot of ground clearance in that Hyundai, so it unsettles it a bit. We'll jump on board now in this very futuristic Audi Quattro VGT. We'll sit on board with our race leader for a lap of Maggiore GP. See the four-wheel drive system just keeping the car in check. So much grip from this car. Only downside of that is so much grip equals so much tire wear. As Jagannathan dives into the pits, Flapjack's going to be following him. They'll be still out comfortably ahead of G-Rabbit. And Martin is past Spooky. Spooky must have had an incident. We'll take a look back and see. We'll join him now as they're coming down towards the hairpin. Oh, Spooky just completely outbrakes himself and outbrakes on the grass, and round she goes. rejoins without too much drama. That's Spooky down to 6th. So we rejoin the leaders as they come out of the pits. G-Rabbit is also heading in the pits in the background. Martin is now on the start-finish straights. That's going to close him right up to the back of G-Rabbit, especially if G-Rabbit's taking on fuel. He takes on a splash of fuel, but look at Martin close right up on him now. This is going to be close. Martin just has to concede and stay behind for now. But he will be chasing after G-Rabbit. He sees G-Rabbit just running a little bit wide there. He knows who's behind him. Excuse me. As they head on down towards the hairpin. G taking a bit of a defensive line, breaking the toe of Martin, and then pulls back to the racing line. Just see his tyres aren't quite up to temperature yet as the car tries to slide through the hairpin. Every little bit of this where his tyres are cold is going to allow Martin just to claw up to the back of him. Martin's tyres are warm. They will be in their perfect operating temperature right now. So they will give him more grip at the moment. The G-Rabbits will start to come in to their own now. He's just managing to hold Martin off now at the moment. As we're through 20 minutes of the race, we have Jagannath in first, Flapjack in second, G-Rabbit is in third, holding off Martin B in fourth, Comrade Mitsos is in fifth, Spooky Loogie in sixth, Mangino in seventh, Stephen just about keeping the car on the track in eighth, Daz is in ninth, Jules is down in 10th, JC in 11th, Canny 12th, and Rocker is in 13th. Plenty going on around the race apart from with these front two who are just quite happily pulling away. Flapjack holding the fastest lap at 139.2 and also setting up purple sector there. G-Rabbit is just holding off Martin. Martin's not closing up just as much as probably he'd want to right now. Look at this group now, headed by Mangino. Really starting to close up now. Mangino's struggling for front end grip. Stephen is closing behind. You can also hear the roars of that big Bugatti of Daz's just round the corner. Oh, Mangino runs a little bit wide. He's surely going to have to come into the pits this lap. Stephen has the run on him ahead of the S's, but equally matched machinery. Mangino's manages to hold him off. There's no tuning in this championship, so we just run them with the bob on. Stephen's getting a fantastic run on Mangino now, just he's been able to turn the car in on those quicker corners a lot easier than Mungers. Mungers just struggling to get the car round. Oh, he has to come into the pits. He runs wide and coming down towards the final corner. Stephen swoops round the outside. Spooky Doogie heads into the pits in sixth. Mung is calling it defeat on those tyres. Martin still not able to close up too much on G-Rabbit. Jules looking for a way past the big Bugatti. Jules just gets a tyre out in the grass and manages to hold it. He's now got Mangino crawling all over the back of him. So easy to do here. You just let the car drift that a little bit too far over the curb. Hit the brakes and round she goes. Mung diving to the inside now as they head down towards the hairpin, and Mung is ahead. Takes back the racing line and through, so Mungino now up to 9th. But if Jules isn't done yet, he's trying to go around the outside. Just can't turn in as well as the Hyundai. So Jules has to concede the place. And to stay in 10th, JC in 11th, Canny in 12th with Rocker crawling all over the back of him. And Rocker's tyres already. They join us back on lap 19. Jagannath and Flapjack coming out the pits. G-Rabbit just a little bit out of a shake coming through the last corner. You're going to see him dive in the pits. Martin follows him. Martin's close right up on him now. Spooky Lookie still in 5th. Mungino is up to 6th. Comrade Mitsos 7th. Stephen 8th. Jules is 9th. Daz 10th. JC 11th. Canny 12th. Rocker in 13th. And Martin is out the pits. G-Rabbit is still in there taking on fuel. Is he? Can't select him. He must be coming out. G-Rabbit has took on a lot of fuel. That's allowed Martin to jump him up into 3rd. Martin started dead last in this race. This just goes to show if you're quick enough, even if you have a bad qualifying or a bad start to the race, get your head down and just get on with it. Because now, look, he's up into 3rd. He's probably not going to catch those monstrous Audis at the front, but he's gone from last 13th to 3rd podium. Congrats, man. Great race. Mungino now ahead of the field again, holding a few cars behind him. Mungino's in 5th. He's on Mitsos in 6th behind him. Spooky in 7th. Stephen in 8th. Even Stephen ended up quite a way off the back after his trips to the scenery, but he's now back up into 8th, so you know, hats off to him for not giving up. Daz in 9th, Jules 10th, Canny 11th, JC now 12th, and Rocker 13th. They've all been in 4 fresh tyres. So we're past the halfway mark of this race. The field really settling down and spreading out now into the final half an hour of this. Tends to be where everything's done by strategy now. These two guys probably just happily stay where they are. What is the gap back to Martin? We can keep an eye on it. 25 seconds. It's a lot. It is a lot. I can't say it isn't, but he's lapping a 140.1. 139.0. They think about the pits that lap. We'll see once they come around this one, see what the times are like in equivalent on lap 20. You can see Martin is still going faster. So as Jagannath is starting lap 21, it was him and Flapjack well out in the lead over absolutely everybody else. Martin did a fantastic job in 3rd. G-Rabbit unfortunately just got done in the pit stop. He took on a lot of fuel there in his last pit stop, which allowed Martin to jump him. Mitsos now in 5th, sorry. Mungino's in 6th. He'll have to stop soon for tyres. Spooky is in 7th. Stephen in 8th. Daz in 9th. Jules in 10th. Canny is in 11th. JC 12th. And Rocker 13th. This group quite closely bunched together. Unfortunately, we're now into the phase of the race where things have sort of settled down a bit and people are on different strategies, so the action quietens down slightly. Mung just trying to close up on Mid-Sauce now. And he's going to be struggling. Mid-Sauce does have better tyres, though he is on the slightly harder compound, so they're probably evening out a little bit right now. Spooky has had the better tyres of the two of them, but that car isn't as good through the corners as the Hyundais. The Alpine will be able to make some ground up down the start-finish straight. You see Mung peeling off into the pits. He's going to have to take on fuel as well, so that's going to promote quite a lot of people. See him starting to leave the pits there now. He comes out just ahead of Jules. Jagannath now starting to catch rocket. Noise of that Audi is fantastic. Even if you don't see it coming, you'll definitely hear it coming. But what a race this guy's had today, man. I know I've mentioned it before, but I mean, start from the back, he is now best of the rest behind those Audis. I mean, what a drive. Showing why he is sitting at the top of the table. What could have been an absolute write-off today is turned out to be a decent result. Rejoin Jagannath as he begins lap 29, and we're in the final 15 minutes of the race. We'll run through the order just to update you as we've jumped ahead a bit. And you got Jagannath still in first, and Flapjack still in second. Martin B is still sitting in third. G-Rabbit is in fourth. Mungino is up to fifth, but will be pitting very shortly, although he has a nice gap back to the cars behind. Which next is Jules in sixth, followed closely by Daz. These two have been stuck together all race. Comrade Mid-Sauce is in eighth. He's been floating around them. Spooky is in ninth. He's been staring at the back of Mid-Sauce's Hyundai pretty much the whole race. JC is in 10th, Canny in 11th, Rocker is in 12th, with Stephen down in 13th. Struggled today at Maggiore. Mungino is coming out the pits behind him, so Mungino is gonna lap Stephen shortly. Bit of weirdness going on with the shadow at the back of Flapjack's Audi. We're approaching the last 10 minutes. Daz has got past Jules. This is going to be the only place I think there's going to be action as Daz loses the back end heading into the hairpin. That's going to compromise him up through the hill, especially as Jules' hybrid kicks in. Daz has managed to recover and pull a little bit of a gap back to Jules now. As Jules is now going to come under pressure from Mid-Sauce. Mid-Sauce is looking up the inside into the hairpin, and that's the job done for Mid-Sauce. 1 second, Jules is attacking Daz. The next minute he's defending against Mid-Sauce and losing. He's still trying to hang it around the outside, but Mitsos has the inside line. That Hyundai is going to be so much better through that corner than the Peugeot. No contest, really. Oh, Mitsos just holds the back end there. See Dad's kicking up dust ahead. Jules really lost out in that battle there. He's running very low of fuel for the last 10 minutes. He's going to have to stop again, I think. I don't think that fuel's going to make it to the end of the race. Let's take a quick run through everyone and see. Jaganat's going to probably have to come in as well. As he does so now. Same with Flapjack. Martin should be good at the end of the race. G-Rabbit should be good. Mung will be good. Daz will be good. Mitsos will be good at the end of the race. This man, Jules, definitely will not. He's going to have to go in. JC is good to the end of the race. So is Spooky. So is Kenny. Rocker is going to have to stop. Steven is fine after stopping not long ago. Daz now starting to break away from them behind. Mitsos is trying to stay with him, but Jules is really falling off now. He's maybe fuel saving because he knows he doesn't have enough. Will Jules dive in? This time around he has to. There he goes. Where is JC? JC is far enough back. Jules should be okay. As long as he doesn't overfuel now. He's still there. He's just leaving the pits now, I think. Yeah, so he is safe from JC. Showing somebody in the pits. Steven, why have you given up? Wait till now to give up. You're near enough finished the race, you may as well have continued. Let's just see Flapjack coming to lap Spooky. Monks had a solid drive today. Daz has been battling throughout. Jules now in a bit of a space by himself. Looks like we've shamed Steven into coming back out as he just completely disregards turn one. Flapjack's backed off from the pair in front by the looks of it. Just cruising now to the end of the race. We've just got just over 6 minutes left of round 3. These Audis just have been dominant today. We've got 25 seconds back from Jaganat to Martin. Wow, 26. The fastest lap of 1:38.643 by Flapjack. And both these cars are now just cruising. What do you think Jaganat would want? the full sweep, the fastest lap, pole and win. So far he's got pole and the win sewn up. As you can see now, these guys just are not pushing at all anymore. Daz has dropped mid-sauce. Mid-sauce has maybe also decided that he can't do anything about Daz now, so just drives the car to the end of the race. I don't think there's anybody really under threat by anyone else. Field way too spread out. So we're in the last 5 minutes of the race. Will Jagannath go for the fastest lap? Would he have realised, or would he just be basking in the fact that he has drove a perfect race today? Flapjack has a very good race as well. He struggled initially when he joined the Endurance Championship down in Tier 3. It took a season to really get his teeth into it, but since then he's been just on an upward trajectory, so I wouldn't be surprised next season he is in Tier 1. He's just getting faster and faster as the weeks go by. This man most certainly will be in Tier 1 next season. The results he's putting on, drives he's putting on. G-Rabbit could be up there. He's had a very good drive today. This man should be up there, but he never takes promotion. He doesn't like the damage model, so he won't be up there next season. That can be guaranteed. It's also a bit of a twitch through the right-hander. Back to the car, screaming for a bit of grip. So say there's not much going on now at the end of the race. We're pretty much in the positions we are definitely going to be finishing in. Unless there's a disconnect or some sort of extremely weird or horrible accident. See Jagannath coming up to lap JC. But driver of the day, I think, is definitely between one of these top three, but I would say it's probably this guy here, Martin B, starting from 13th, finishing 3rd. Only the fact that those Audis are so much of an animal now that he had no chance of catching them, but he has took the gap down to them. He was, remember at one point he was 25-30 seconds behind Flapjack, and he's only 12.9 behind him now. So a great race from Martin, and also from Flapjack and Jagannath. Flawless race from the two of them out front. Very sensible race from the two of them. Flapjack deciding quite quickly that he couldn't do anything about Jagannath, so sat in behind and just followed him round. Kept his second place rather than taking the two of them off and maybe destroying the race. As Jagannath now is on his final lap. Had him around the hairpin for the last time. And he's got past JC. Put JC another lap down, or a lap down, sorry. And he's just gonna power it home, just in cruise mode. As we have some finishers, Daz and Daz has got past Mangino. So Daz got past Mangino, finished 5th. Mangino finished 6th. Comrade Mitsos 7th. Jules in 8th. As Yaganat comes down to round the final corner, we have a yellow flag, but celebratory wiggle from Yaganat. What a run! What a drive! Well done, my friend. Flapjack coming down, round in the final corner. Great drive from him as well in 2nd. Fantastic drive from this man in 3rd. JC finishing in 9th, Canny in 10th, Spooky Lookie's going to be 11th, Rocket 12th, Stephen 13th, G Rabbit coming home in a very respectable 4th. So that's it for round 3 of Tier 2 of Season 4. Join us next time for another round of Tier 2 Endurance Championship action.